Sally up, and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell.
What's up? Okay, so I got these Buffalo Bills glasses here. They're kind of weird, but I figured I'd wear them anyway. Welcome to the show. Peter J. Fody here, FodySports.com. This is vlog number 5, so we're going strong here. I'm trying to stay committed and post as much as I can. Today I want to talk about 2 things. I want to weigh in on the Mike Leach, who is Texas Tech. He's their head football coach, and that whole incident, as well as the NCAA Bowl Championship Series / playoff, whatever you want to call it. So, getting started now. With Mike Leach, the allegation was there was a player, I believe his name was Aaron James, who was the son of Craig James, ESPN college football analyst, and after suffering from a mild concussion, he was told to, supposedly by Leach, to go sit in basically like a shed, and he wouldn't be able to, like, I don't know if it was sit down or touch anything or what, but it was just dark, so it almost seems, like, that seems really horrible. Sit there for 3 hours, 2 days in a row. That sounds awful. Now, my take on this. See, now Mike Leach said that that's not what he did. He wanted to isolate him, put him in a cool, dark place as to help the rehabilitation process that he, from suffering from such a concussion. Now, I've had concussion before. I didn't have to do that. I guess there's varying levels of concussion, so maybe his was worse, but that's neither here nor there. So essentially what it comes down to is whether you believe Mike Leach or you believe James and basically James's family. Let me tell you who I believe. It came up on ESPN that this James kid was apparently not very happy about his playing time. And I'll be honest, I don't follow Texas Tech football at all. The first time I ever heard about him was when they beat Texas on that heroic Michael Crabtree play last year. But, if you're not getting playing time, you're frustrated because college sports is like a job. You're pricing so much and you're hoping, to play and win and do all those great things. So I can see how someone would get frustrated from that. And I can also see how someone could take this story and spin it out of proportion, especially when your father works for ESPN. I would say, if he tells his dad his side of the story, his dad goes to ESPN, he can blow it up like it's gotten blown up. Now Mike Leach is a quirky guy. He does weird things. But I find it, hard to believe that he would subdue someone to such just, asinine circumstances. Like, why would you put someone in there if it serves no purpose? So I'm going to have to go with Mike Leach on this one. I don't think he did that. I think the player was unhappy about his playing time and decided he was going to try and get back at the coaches, specifically Coach Leach, by telling his dad what he said happened, which I don't think is what really happened, or maybe it was, but he over-exaggerated something, and now it's turning into a huge thing. Mike Leach is suspended indefinitely. He's filing some court thing so he can coach the Alamo Bowl. So that's that. What do you think? Do you think Mike Leach really locked him up, or do you think the kid was trying to get back at him? No. I'm going to take these off because I think I look kind of stupid. Onward now to the college football playoff, or lack thereof, process. So tonight, I was watching Syracuse Seton Hall, but that didn't start till 9 o'clock, which was a great game. Syracuse played really sloppy. I think they played down to Seton Hall, but they ended up coming out with a victory, so they're still undefeated, which is nice. I like Syracuse. I've been watching them for a while now. And so, whatever. Okay. Where I was going with that, there's 2 bowl games on tonight. UCLA versus Temple and Miami, Florida versus Wisconsin. I didn't watch more than 30 seconds of either game. Who cares about UCLA versus Temple, especially if it's on the East Coast? You know the UCLA fans, other than the parents of the players and the diehard fans, and maybe a few others. UCLA guys don't care about it. Obviously, players. In Temple, for them, first bowl game in 30-something years. So, yeah, that's probably pretty special. But it's on, what was it, freaking Tuesday? It was a Tuesday night at like 7 o'clock. No one, I don't see why people would care about that. And then you got Miami versus Wisconsin. I don't care about that. And I love football. Like, I watch football every Saturday and Sunday all year. That's what, I love watching football. So for me, I can make an argument just to watch the games because I want to see it. But when it comes down to the bigger games, where like TCU's playing Boise State, that's stupid. And there's an article on ESPN where the executive director of the Bowl Championship Series says, like, there's no one's come up with an idea of how to do a playoff without ruining the game. Here you go. We take the top 8 teams, and you do you do a bracket. College basketball does it. The NFL does it. I don't understand why NCAA can't do it. And, a buddy of mine asked me about this. We were talking about it, and I said, it's too much money. Obviously the executive director of the Bowl Championship Series doesn't want to lose all that revenue. So I think it's, me personally, I would just take, I would say I would take the 1 versus the 8, whatever it is, like 2-6, 3-7, 4-5. Is that how it would work? Clash them together. I would personally, I don't even know who the number 8 team is, but actually, I'll look it up right now. It's right here. You would have, okay. You would have, okay, I'm not going to be able to find this. This is horrible. So you've got Ohio State, Oregon, Cincinnati, Florida. That's 4. Alabama, Texas is 6. Boise State, TCU is 8. So you put those 8 teams. So whatever, it would be Alabama versus Boise State first round. It would be Texas, TCU first round. Because that's really what people want to see, and that's what those teams, TCU doesn't want to play Boise State, and Boise State doesn't want to play TCU. It's like that's like the kiddie game for them. That they want to prove themselves, and they're never going to get an opportunity as long as, the people controlling it control it. Because, I can't wrap my head around it. It has to do something to do with money, because everything has to do with money, seemingly. So what do you think about the NCAA Bowl Series and possible playoffs? I think the poll said something like 60% or 70% wanted to see a playoff. So, why don't you give the people what they want? Because I'm pretty sure no one was tuning in. I shouldn't say no one. Very few people were tuning into the Temple UCLA game this past evening because no one cares about it. Whereas Alabama is playing TCU, that's going to garner a lot of views. So, I might just be rambling. It is what it is, but that's the way I feel. Comments, tweets, emails, video responses, whatever. Let me know what you think about this. This video is kind of long. I have to make the next one a little shorter. Peace.